All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and see where it's heading. We know that we got a little bit of a pullback happening right now, but we're going to try to figure out where that pullback is going to end up at, and if it does get there, if it's going to stay there. All right, so without holding you up any longer, we got to go to the chart. All right, so what we're looking at right now is a 5-year daily chart for Bitcoin. And as we can see, it was ever since 2022. It's been steadily climbing. All right, so we kind of bottomed out down here at around what's that price there? That price is about 16,000 or so. All right, and that's back in the 2022. Okay, so and this is the run it's made for the past 3 years, or the run that it's made for the past 3 years, and reached a high of 127,240. So we know that there was some strength at one point. Now, as we look back, or as we back up here and get a closer look over the charts, this is probably about a 2-year chart at this point here. All right, we know that as it pushed up, it came back and it found some support here after gapping up at about 80,000. It came back and shut that window down here at around 76,000. So, and then 76,000 since then has been acting as support. Okay, so now we're starting, then we came up, we pushed higher, and we ran to 177,000. We ran to 107,000, and we made that high, and we fell, came back, retested that high, and got pushed all the way back down to the 76,000 area again. Okay. So then we pushed back up, and now ran into some resistance here, here, and here. So our previous resistance area turned support, but not really. Our support was more down in here somewhere, right? I would say more down here. Even though that was our new highs, that wasn't really our support area. Well, I mean it was, but then it wasn't. Okay, we came back down and we found support down in here, where that bar came here, test the bottom of 99,731, and then from there we ran again. All right, so this could be a support area as well. All right, so what I like to do when I have areas like that I'm not sure about, I'll make a note of it. I'll make them the same color as my supports, and I won't give it as much strength as a 5. I'll make it a 2 or a 3. So I'm gonna leave it as I'm gonna actually make it a 2. All right, and I'll hit save. All right, so now I know that that's possibly a support area, but I don't know for sure if it's gonna hold up under the pressure of a sell-off. All right, now if we do get a sell-off and this doesn't hold up, then most likely we're gonna come back down to retest this 76. What do you want? Be quiet. I'm recording. Get over there and lay down. All right, you gotta go. If you're gonna be noisy, you gotta go. All right. So we zoom in a little bit closer. We can see that we're starting to break this $177 area. We're in this channel for sure. All right, we had touches here, failure, came back up, touched again, and failed. All right, so we'll see what happens. Because today's the 3rd, and this is the bar on today. So we have this green that got taken out by this bar. That bar hasn't closed yet, but it's off to a pretty good start. And if we go to a smaller time frame, say the 5-minute, we can see that it's coming back to retest that resistance area. So we'll monitor this as the day continues to unfold. And if you have a charting platform where you can chart, you too can monitor this, or you can just look at the numbers as the numbers change. And we get to 107,225. If we get above it and close above it, above 107,225, then we have to reassess our opinion of the stock and wonder if it's going to continue to sell off or if this is going to be the new bottom before turning around and heading back up. All right, but currently, and as you can see, there was a couple of tests here. There was a test here, and let's see, this close was at 107,220. All right, and this close was at, well, it hadn't closed yet, so we're still in that one. So this technically can go down a little bit lower, 107,220. All right, so that technically can be our bottom there, 107,220. So we'll see what happens at the end of today. If this bar closes below it, then most likely we're going to retest and continue to fail and head down even lower. And I'm suspecting we're going to stay in this channel heading down lower till we get back down to the 76,000 area. And then we're going to have to reassess, because at that point we're going to be in a down market for sure. And then we have to wonder how far or how much profit we're taking on Bitcoin. Now I had gotten, what did I do with that information? There was some information that had came out about Bitcoin that I had shared with a friend, and I didn't share it with you guys. See if I can find it. So, after reading the issues they were having, I'm sure a lot of people started getting scared about their digital money and started, cashing in. It's what I believe happened. And so, I think that's why we're getting our sell off. Then again, we could be getting a sell off because it did reach, new highs. 127,240. If you got back here when it was 16,000, you're sitting on a pretty good chunk of change, even if you only had one Bitcoin. So, who knows? Maybe they're just ringing the register here, and they just need to have a reason. But at any rate, we're selling off. We got a nice 3-bar move. We got a green bar in between this red bar, and we got another red bar taking this green bar out, and we're heading to retest the 200 simple moving average. Now, if we break through this support and this support, then we're going to be heading into a down market in Bitcoin, and we're going to continue to sell off, I believe, to head to the 76,000 area. And if that doesn't hold, then we're definitely going to be heading down lower. How far we're going to head lower, I don't know. I can't tell you, because I know there are people that are buying this stuff. There's some people I know that are ringing the register on Bitcoin, but they're not selling all their Bitcoin. They're just only selling a little bit. And then there's the inverse of that. If you want to try to get on the backside of this trade and make some, while you're holding your Bitcoin, make some money on the way down, you can always try BITI, all right, which is the inverse of Bitcoin. And so as Bitcoin goes down, this goes up. Okay, and that way, a good way of trying to hedge your position and protect some of your assets is when you play this side. But the problem with playing this side, as you can see, it's $20 stop, and it's not really moving the way Bitcoin is selling off. So you're not going to gain as much back unless you put a big chunk of change in there. But you got to be positive that you're going to be heading in the right direction when you do. So definitely a good play to make to cover your losses if you are wanting to continue to hold Bitcoin, or if you want to continue to scale more into Bitcoin as it pulls back. Because it definitely is something that's being talked about more by a lot of more people. So as more people get involved and more people start to understand it, it's what's going to strengthen it as far as the money being supplied. to the country, and I'm almost positive they want to get rid of physical coin and dollars and take us back to the gold standard. That's just my own personal feelings. Don't know for sure, but sure looks that way. That's been safe haven. Gold's always been around as a form of some type of money, not the paper stuff we used to. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Like I said, if you want to try to play the opposite side of this gold move, we got a nice little pullback. I mean, like we're going to be heading back up this much. So if we do push and head higher on this BITI, the inverse of gold, well, we might want to make the same push. Dang it. Come on, grab it. Alright, so it looks like we might be heading to about $21 or so. $21, $22. And then we'll come back and reassess. We might, if we get the same move that we're expecting the Bitcoin to give us, this thing. I don't know why my computer's acting so weird all of a sudden. I hate that it does that at times. Anyhow. Stupid. There we go. Alright, so take that. Alright, so that's where we could end up in the next month or two. About $23. Maybe. We'll see how it plays out. But definitely seems like the direction we're headed. If we take our channel drawer, grab it, we can get a pointer there, go across there, there, and then come over to here, right? That's kind of the move we've been getting there, and look at there. Kind of works out perfect, huh? Maybe we just keep doing that all the way on up until it decides it's gone high enough. So that's all I got for now. I just think the Bitcoin is going to continue to sell off. I think we're going to get a nice little push in BITI, and first stop of Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be down here at about 76,000, I think. Well, either 99, right? If we can get through this 200 SMA, then we're probably going to come down around 99, 98 or so. This is about 92 here. Then we may get a pump back up, retest this previous high, and then a sell off and come back down in here to 80,000. So we'll see how it plays out. But currently, right now, Bitcoin is still in a down, or not in a down market, I'm sorry, but still selling off. And with this bar here and this red bar, if it takes this green bar out and we get a nice close below this 107, then we're definitely going to get another red bar coming down through here and probably push through this 200 and put us in a down market if we can get another bar close below that 200 the next day. Once it's a clear indication that we're heading downward, then look out below. So that's all I got for now. All right, thanks for stopping by. That's it for today. Be sure to be careful with your trades. Make sure you put your mental stop. Make sure you're tracking your trades. Make sure you know where you want to, where your profit target is and where your stop's going to be, so you know when to cut. You want to protect your investment. You can stop the trade and cut the trade short and avoid losses. The trade is just running, and you can just sit there and let it run. Don't do like I did. I sat there with Target thinking Target was going to continue to run, and it didn't. It came back and took out all my profit. All right, I could have closed it and made $100 on the trade, and I didn't. Came back, took it all out, and ended up losing like $10 or something like that. So don't do that. All right, that was a novice mistake, I would say. I don't even want to say it was a mistake. It was just stupid. I should have cut it as it started to fall off, or at least took some profits out of it, and I didn't. All right, because in my mind I was thinking, oh, it's going to turn around, it's going to turn around, and it never did. And then what happened? I ended up taking a loss on it. So don't do that, okay? And you're going to learn that as you continue to trade, but you don't want to learn those lessons, all right? Because you want to take profits out. You want to take money out of the market, not give money to it. All right, because somebody's taking it out. Okay, don't be the guy that's feeding the market. Be the guy that's getting fed by the market. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, be careful out there. These markets are crazy.